may not be in fashion tomorrow. So you should have the ability to overchange, and you should have the ability to change what you want to do. So the ability to work under pressure is very, very essential to be in this field of fashion. Obviously, you need to know how to sketch and draw. That is the basic thing. You need to, what is there in your mind, what creation you're trying to show, what is there in your mind, you should be able to sketch and you should be able to draw that, so that the other person who is trying to understand what your design is can understand what it is through your drawings. So you should have the flair, a good flair of sketching, knowledge of fashion history. Why history? Because fashion always repeats. It always, if you also would be aware that couple of years back we had stretch jeans, then there were baggy jeans, then there was straight fit jeans, then again now there is jeans which are tight fitted with our jeggings. So basically fashion always repeats itself. So whenever fashion is repeating, you should have the knowledge that what was there in the history which can come again. So you should have a good knowledge about history of fashion. You should have the ability to sew, stitch. Stitching is one thing. Your sketching and your designs, whatever concepts that you have tried to show, is completely is incomplete if you don't know how to make the 3D of it, how to stitch a garment. So you should have the ability to stitch. That does not mean that if you get into fashion designing you're only going to stitch, but you should know how to create your design, how to create your design properly. So stitching is one thing which is very, very essential, and you need to update yourself with what is happening in the current market, in the trend, so that you can go ahead and you become a good designer. Going to the next thing, I'll just go through this because I've spoken a lot about it in the previous slide. So creative and artistic taste, you need to have creativity. You can't be something who is routine. You need to do something different. You need to have something more creative, something more new, something more which is not seen. So you need to be somebody with a design who is ready to show something which is completely creative. Artistic taste, why? Because anything that you create different has to have an artistic taste to show what you exactly wanted to create. So basically you need to have a creative and an artistic taste to be in fashion. Sensitivity to colors, shades, and tones. Now, basically, quite clear in this slide, what exactly I'm trying to say is how do you blend colors together? Now, if you notice here, I have a red top with shoes which is not at all red, is completely a complementary color, it's blue in color. So if I blend these two together, it should look good. So like this we have, this is called the sensitivity towards colors. So this is what I'm trying to say is that you should have a flair of how to blend colors together and come up with something unique. So that is what is very important. You need to have a good flair on colors. Going to the next thing, originality and innovativeness. You need to be original. You need to have something more creative. You need to show something which is different than what is available in the market. Otherwise, there are so much of competition here that you will not even know like exactly, if you don't upgrade yourself, or if you don't have something original in your creations, then you are just one of the normal designers. So you, to be something, to have your own niche in this market, you need to have an originality. You need to have some innovativeness in your creations. That makes you a good designer. So these are few skills that you need to have. Now, as I spoke about the communication in my earlier slide, we need to have good communication if you want to be a good designer. You should, the most primary thing is that you should be a good listener. You should have the capability to listen. You need to listen to understand. You need to listen to know what your customers or your clients want. So basically listening is the primary thing for any good communication. You need to communicate well with your clients, with your customers, so that you try to show what you want to create best by communicating